Welcome back to Yoga Therapy Thursdays. This week we're going over how to stretch out your abs, or the front side of your abs, the erectus abdominis. Having a strong yet mobile core is important for low back health. The best way to stretch out your erectus abdominis is to move into back extension. But know that this is not safe or accessible for all people. Generally, if you have herniated lumbar discs, this is one of the safer ways to move. If you have osteoporosis, this is contraindicated, so please avoid all of these poses. I always teach Cobra as the first back bend in all of my yoga classes. It's a great way to reset the mind and to get into a space where you're using strength and stability first. There are several variations of Cobra Pose. This is a variation I teach, and I find it's extremely conservative, but it's a safe one to move into for just about everybody. To do Cobra Pose, lay prone on the mat. Hands come underneath the shoulders, engage your back muscles, and lift your upper body off the floor. The focus here is to engage the back muscles, get a little bit of a stretch through the front side of the body. Remember to breathe, and when you're ready, come back down. Another great pose to stretch out the front side of the body is to do up dog. I like to teach up dog in a vinyasa, so we'll start with that. Come into downward facing dog. On an inhale, shoulders come over the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, tops of the feet press down into the ground so the thighs are lifted off of the mat. Shoulders relax away from the ears, spread the collarbones wide, and the gaze is pretty much straight ahead. Continue to breathe. And when you're ready, you can press back to a child's pose or another downward facing dog. Another way to stretch out the obliques is to do a standing back bend. Start by having your feet hip distance apart. Think about engaging your glutes, tailbone goes down. Draw the tops of the hips towards the low ribs, lift the heart center up. Inhale the arms up, exhale. Continue to squeeze your glutes and get a little bit of a stretch into the front side of the body. When you're ready, come back up and release the hands down. Another great passive way to stretch out the abs is to use a yoga wheel or stability ball. No matter which one you use, make sure you're stabilized first. For a yoga wheel, I like to start seated on the floor with my hands kind of hooked into my wheel and then also connected to the ground. Start to lean back, lift my hips up, and allow my head to go back. My hands can stay here on the floor, or I can reach back behind me. I have a wall here as well that I can use to help stabilize. To come out, I just bend my knees, hands come back down to the ground, and I slowly come back up to seated. Thank you for joining me this week on Yoga Therapy Thursdays. Remember, starting Constructive Rest, relaxing and settling in before moving into mobility, strengthening, and then stretching. See you next week.